Money doesn't talk in Chicago. It screams. And tonight, it's screaming for you. Tuesday night, the West Loop. The rain smells like wet pennies and hot asphalt, a metallic bite that sticks to the back of your throat. Aria stands on the curb, shivering. That thin, retail brand blazer is no match for the Lake Michigan wind. It cuts deep. She looks up. The Sterling Global building, a jagged tooth of glass and steel piercing the fog. She thinks she's here for the quarterly review. She thinks maybe a promotion, maybe a seat at the table.
She's wrong.
The elevator hums, a low, expensive vibration under her heels. Floor 52. The doors slide open and the city noise just vanishes. A 30% volume drop. Vacuum sealed. The only sound? The rhythmic clink of ice against a crystal tumbler. Mr. Sterling is sitting in the shadows. His hands are shaking. Not from the cold. From the debt. Aria, he whispers. His voice sounds like dry paper rubbing together. The firm, it's under new management. As of 10 minutes ago. He slides a folder across the mahogany. Black leather. Aria opens it. Her breath catches. It isn't a contract. It's an invoice. And her name? It's listed under collateral. Sterling didn't just lose the company at the baccarat table. He lost his soul. And he's using hers to pay the entry fee to the Onyx Lotus, the nightclub. But there's someone else in the room, in the corner.
A man. Yehon.
He hasn't said a word. He's wearing a charcoal suit that costs more than Aria's college tuition. Sterling is rambling, sweating, trying to justify the sale. Ji-hoon doesn't look at Sterling. He looks at Aria's hands. He notices the way her left pinky twitches when she's terrified. He notices the single bead of rain trapped in her hair. He reaches out. Slowly. He moves a heavy, jade paperweight to block the draft from the window hitting her shoulder. A silent protection. Mr. Sterling. Ji-hoon's voice cuts through the air.
Smooth.
Lethal. Like silk over a razor blade. You are dismissed. I believe. I've seen enough of the merchandise. Aria's heart hammers. Against her ribs. Like a trapped bird. She doesn't know yet. She isn't being sold to a monster. She's being claimed by a king. The West Loop disappears. The Maybach glides.
Silent.
Like a shark in dark water. Aria sits in the back. Stiff. The leather smells of expensive cedar and something else.
Gun oil.
She looks at the man beside her.
Yehon.
He's not looking back. He's staring at a tablet. Numbers. Stocks. Blood-red graphs. One word escapes her lips. Appa. He doesn't flinch, but his grip on the tablet tightens. Just enough to turn his knuckles white. They arrive. The scent hits first. Heavy sandalwood.
Svet olongtea.
And the underlying tang of ozone from the neon. Now, it's the thrum. A bass line so deep it rattles her teeth. The guards don't check Ji-hoon's ID. They bow.
Deep.
90 degrees. Aria is led to the holding suite. The gold tag is snapped onto her wrist.
Clink.
Cold. Heavy. Labeled. Sterling's debt. She's alone. Terrified. The door opens. A waiter enters. No club food.
No appetizers.
A stone bowl steaming. Doenjangjigi. Soybean paste stew. Exactly how her grandmother used to make it back in Georgia. How did he know? He's been watching her for longer than Sterling has owned her. Aria finds a burner phone hidden under the tray. One message. The back service elevator is unlocked for 60 seconds. Run. But if she leaves, Sterling keeps her sister's medical records. Her sister dies. What would you do? Would you save yourself and run into the Chicago rain? Or would you stay and trust the man who just bought you? Comment below. Run or stay. I need to know your logic on this one. The air is thick.
Too thick.
The scent of expensive cigars and desperate sweat. The private room at the Onyx Lotus isn't a club anymore. It's a courtroom. And Sterling is the one on trial, though he doesn't know it yet.
He's laughing.
Too loud. Too high-pitched. He thinks the folder he handed over bought him his life back. Arya is brought in. She's not walking. She's being moved like a chess piece. Sterling leans in, his breath smelling of sour scotch. "Don't worry, honey," he sneers. "You were always excess inventory."
Suddenly,
The room goes ice. Cold.
Jehon Stennens.
He doesn't shout. He doesn't have to. The 30% volume drop happens again, but this time, it's the guests. They stop breathing. Ji-hoon walks toward Arya.
Slow.
Deliberate. Sterling tries to speak. "Mr. Park, I hope the merchandise is to your liking."
Jehon stops.
2 inches from Arya. He notices her heel. The strap is digging into her skin. Redness is forming on her ankle. He ignores the $1 million contract on the table. He ignores the elite watching. He kneels. A Korean Mafia boss, kneeling at the feet of a black woman from Georgia. The room gasps. He adjusts the strap with surgical precision. "If you are to stand by my side," he whispers in a voice that carries to every corner of the room, "you will not be in pain." He stands back up. He turns to Sterling. The mask drops. "You called her collateral," Ji-hoon says. His Korean accent thickens, making the words feel like iron. "But 30 years ago, in a village outside Seoul, a man named Isaiah, Arya's father, carried my father 3 miles through a minefield. You didn't sell her to me, Sterling. You brought the queen back to her king. And now, we need to discuss your interest rates." The Art Institute of Chicago. A night of old money and new secrets. The smell? Fresh lilies and the crisp, ozone scent of a coming storm. Sterling is there. He's wearing the same tuxedo from the auction. It's wrinkled now.
Dusty.
He's nursing a lukewarm gin and tonic, trying to convince a board member he's still relevant.
Then,
The 30% volume drop happens. Not because of fear, but because of awe.
Arya.
She doesn't look like an employee anymore. She's wearing a custom-tailored hanbok gown, deep gold silk, that catches her melanin and turns it into fire. A high collar, a midnight blue sash. The micro-observance? She's wearing a hairpin, jade and silver. A gift from Ji-hoon's mother. She isn't walking with the elite. She is walking above them. Sterling's glass. It slips.
Shatter.
Can you see his face? The way his jaw drops when he realizes the merchandise is now the one holding the keys to his bank account? Arya doesn't look away. She walks straight to him. She doesn't slap him. She doesn't scream. She simply leans in. The smell of her perfume, white ginger and pear, chokes him. "Mr. Sterling," she whispers, "the board has reviewed your expenses." Ji-hoon appears at her shoulder, like a shadow coming to life. He doesn't say a word to Sterling. He just hands Arya a tablet. One tap. Arya sends the file. Across the room, phones begin to buzz. The FBI?
No. Worse.
The IRS. Sterling is escorted out by security, in front of everyone he ever tried to impress. He's not a mogul anymore. He's a ghost. The gala is a blur of gold and glass behind them. Outside, the air over Lake Michigan is different.
Cold. Honest.
The scent of the lake, like wet stone and ancient ice. Arya stands at the railing, the weight of the heavy silk coat Ji-hoon placed on her shoulders. It's warm. It smells like him. Sandalwood, steel, and a hint of something medicinal. She turns to him. "Why?" One word, heavy as a stone. Ji-hoon looks out at the dark water. "My father was a man of many secrets, Arya. But his life, that was a debt he couldn't pay back to yours." He reaches into his inner pocket. He produces an old, weathered photograph, wrapped in plastic. It's her father, Appa, standing in a rice paddy in Korea, holding a young, bruised Korean boy.
Jehon.
Arya reaches for the photo. Her hand is steady now. But as she touches the edge, Ji-hoon's hand covers hers. He's not just holding her hand, he's shielding it. He notices a black SUV idling on the street below, 4 blocks away. He doesn't look worried.
He looks ready.
"You're safe now," he whispers. The nightclub? Sterling, they're gone. Aria's phone buzzes. She looks down. A message from an encrypted number. No name, just text. "He didn't find you to save you, Aria. He found you because you're the only one who knows where the ledger is. Ask him about the night your father disappeared in Seoul." Aria looks up at Ji-hoon, the man who just bought her, the man who just saved her. Is he her protector? Or is he her jailer? The screen goes black.